Disney has released the 4th episode of Ahsoka, and while the episode was fine overall, the biggest thing worth talking about happened in the final few seconds of the episode. So that's what I'm going to be talking about first, meaning that I will be spoiling the entire episode, so this is your spoiler warning if you have yet to see the episode for yourself. But at any rate, Ahsoka falls ass backwards into the world between worlds and wakes up to see her former master, Anakin Skywalker, played by a horribly de-aged Hayden Christensen. And Anakin appears to be in his Revenge of the Sith attire, which raises a whole bunch of questions. How did Anakin get into the world between worlds? If Anakin knew about the world between worlds prior to the events of Revenge of the Sith, then why didn't he say anything to anyone, especially Ahsoka? He seemed shocked to see Ahsoka before the siege of Mandalore, so when exactly does this meeting in the world between worlds take place? And how did Ahsoka fall into it at that matter? Didn't Ezra have to solve a puzzle in a hidden temple? I'm sure these questions are going to be answered in next week's episode, but these are all the things that I've been wondering about all week. And I'm especially curious to know why Ahsoka hasn't contacted Luke about any of this. If Thrawn's return is so serious and means that the Empire could return with him, then why not call the guy who helped overthrow the Empire in the first place? She knows where he is, she hung out with him before. So he should be more involved with this story, and I'm not going to budge on that opinion. Especially since Lucasfilm has already shown us what Luke is up to during this time period. So there's no need to tease him anymore, just put him at the front and center already. But getting back to the episode overall, Hu Yang continues to be my favorite part of the show, because I had no idea that he could box, and I absolutely loved seeing him square up against some HK droids. Merrick turned out to be nobody, which is totally fine with me, but I think he was purposefully included into the show just so people could speculate about his identity, which would lead to plenty of clickbaity articles. Which is good for online engagement, but stupid for engaging storytelling. Sabine handed over the MacGuffin to the enemy, and I'm not so sure if I believe that she would do that. I mean, I'm not particularly upset about the decision. I'm glad that Filoni threw some moral conflict into the story, but I think she would have been more hesitant about it since it means that Ezra's sacrifice in the finale of Rebels would be in vain. Because, you know, he actively chose to exile himself with Thrawn so that the galaxy would be safe. And Sabine just totally undid his decision for completely selfish reasons. So if I were Ezra, I'd be like, what the hell were you thinking? But maybe that'll make for an interesting story development down the line. Baylan continues to be cool, of course, because he's a villain with a code of honor, and I like seeing his twisted sense of morality. Plus, his lightsaber fights are genuinely awesome. Though I will say that if a lightsaber can melt and disintegrate an object like this, then why can't it do that to anyone's insides? I don't know, but that's one of the reasons why I have mixed feelings about the show in general. That being said, I am excited to see the next episode since it has set itself up to be the most epic episode of the season thus far. Hopefully, it'll provide us with some satisfying answers to the questions that this episode has left us with, but I guess we'll have to tune in on Tuesday night to find out. If you'd like to hear my thoughts on more movie-related topics, be sure to follow me on TikTok, or you can subscribe to this YouTube channel where you can hear my thoughts on the latest releases. But as always, thanks for watching.